Hello, I'm Elgato and welcome back to videos. Today, something I've wanted to share with you all for quite some time now on my channel because it is the concept of the one command block mod. This is something that exists in a fairly extensive form on the PC exclusively, where you can essentially, instead of having to run mods into your game, go through all the steps that it does take, instead they just give you a command to copy paste into a command block. You run the command block, and then suddenly the mod is essentially applied to your game for a series of fairly complex commands. And it's a really interesting concept because literally anyone can do it, and they can really improve the game in just subtle ways. And I think that one of the best examples, and the reason I'm making today's video, is this idea of realistic Minecraft, because today I have a one command block mod that essentially allows you to make Minecraft a lot more realistic in 8 separate ways. I wanted to share what those 8 ways of you are all in today's video, so that maybe you think, oh yeah, it would be cool if those did come to regular Minecraft, or maybe you just want to try out this one command block mod for yourself. Either way though, it was recently ported to 1.11, so I'm excited to share it with you all in today's video. Hopefully you do enjoy. You can like the video if you do, because it helps out the channel, and let's know you do like seeing, again, Minecraft made a little bit more realistic, like you'll be seeing today. So yeah, let's show you exactly how you do this, just in case you're like, is it really that simple to take out? Yes, it is. You place down a command block, you put your lever or your button next to it, you don't even really need to do that, and then you copy paste the command, just like that, and as soon as we run our lever, which you're going to see right now, what's going to happen is magic, and boom, suddenly we've got ourselves the, this is the one command block. Again, the command block actually makes other command blocks, and that makes all of this possible, and there's a bunch of settings on here if we want to play around with it, like, oh, we can destroy it right now if we want to start from scratch, and just in case you want to see that again, let's do that actually. Let's show you that you can just destroy it, make it not exist anymore, and let's try this one more time. So yeah, basically if we copy paste the command block in there, then we activate it, and suddenly, oh, magic happens, and we've got this again. So yeah, we can also individually disable every single mod rather than just playing around with each thing. So do you want to have the, again, here are the 8 separate things I'll be showing off today. If you want to have any of these in your game, but not some of the others, you think that's kind of stupid, you can turn that off. Like maybe that's a little bit too obnoxious to you, turn it off and on, and I think that's kind of great. But what are these 8 realistic Minecraft survival features that you're talking about? Why are they so exciting, and why do they make the game better? So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about, and I guess the first and easiest one to start with is the idea of this path generation. This is something I really like because it's kind of, it's how paths work in the real world, right? Like, have you ever walked through a forest and you've noticed there's like a pathway where the grass stops growing to like let you know you should go somewhere? It's a really interesting thing to see, and it's something that happens over time with grass in real life. So basically what this does is, it makes the grass that you're walking behind you into dirt as you walk over it. Kind of like how, when sheep eat the grass or anything like that, it turns into dirt. And if you want, and you double back over yourself, soon enough, oops, by the way, don't ignore that for now, but if you double back over yourself soon enough, what you're going to see happen is the fact that it'll turn into a pathway. So yeah, this means if you walk the same path over and over again, like to and from, let's say, there to my forest, then what's going to happen is eventually a pathway will form, and it's natural, and it just feels good, because again, rather than you having to make your own path, a shovel, and just like kind of hoping for that, instead it makes itself behind you. And again, it's such a simple concept, and it's an example of why this mod does so well. The second really cool thing that, again, this is done in so many different ways of Minecraft, and I think it should exist in the game to some extent, maybe as an option, is the idea of the tree capacitator, or the idea that what happens when you chop down a tree is the whole thing should fall down, because that's how trees work in the real world. So interestingly, this only seems to work with an axe, which I think is a bit, again, more realistic. So if you just punch the bulb of the tree, it doesn't work. However, this means that if you do want to just like chop down most of a tree, you can do it like that. And again, that's how trees work in the real world. If you want to have a tree stump, you can do it like that, and that's a pretty wonderful little aspect of it. So yeah, you get all of the wood, and it's like a beneficial way to chop down a tree, and it just feels a little bit more realistic. I think maybe diamond axes only, or like iron plus axes, should have this ability, because I think at the start of the game it's a bit unnecessary, but towards the later stages of the game, do you really need to have the thing where, oh, let's chop down our trees individually? No, I think axes should have like the ability maybe to just chop down trees like this, because I think it's pretty wonderful when they do. And let me show you just a few more times, because this is wonderful. Like, just chopping down a whole tree at once is a really good thing, and it's done just using this command block thing. So another part of this, the one command thing that actually takes, effect on the trees is the fact that they'll slowly drop these leaves down like this. As you can see, there's a leaf, it's falling to the floor, and, these are leaves essentially from the, when you chop down a tree like that. The leaves, again, they're like the leaf blocks right now, but what they'll actually do is they'll replant the tree, like occasionally if they land on a full-on block. And this means that instead of saplings falling from a tree, instead the trees can regrow themselves naturally. As you can see, one's happened over there already. That one looks like as soon as that falls. In fact, let's help it out a little bit. Let's chop down that tree. Let's show you what happens when it falls onto the ground, because saplings will grow naturally, and the leaves will fall down as well to just make trees feel more natural, because that's kind of how it works usually, isn't it? Like, leaves fall off it, and saplings, will replant themselves rather than you planting them, which doesn't make too much sense. I think the only reason they don't right now is because it would be a bit annoying, but I'd love it if saplings, stayed in the ground for a solid, let's say, 20 seconds, and after that they just decided, we're gonna plant ourselves right now. Like this, let me show you. I think there'd be a solution somewhere between that that, which again, you'll see it just magically pop on. I think maybe it should take like 10-20 seconds. So if you don't want trees to plant like this, then you can pick them up. But if you do want them, you can just like throw them on the ground, or you can do something like that. It just seems a bit more natural in my opinion, and that's what I think is wonderful about that. So yeah, leaves natural, and also chopping down trees, all wonderful stuff, and just makes Minecraft a bit more realistic, don't you think? So another thing that makes Minecraft more realistic, if a little bit more annoying, is to do with tall grass and rose bushes. So you saw this happen earlier by accident, because what happens if you go through rose bushes or through tall grass is you're gonna see that it's actually got this effect of, oh, you're gonna slow down, and like your vision clouds up because you can't see as much because you're slowed down, and it's just a bit more realistic. Going through tall grass, as we all know from the Pokemon games, is just it slows you down. It's just that's a way of the thing, and this will make you less inclined to go through tall grass. It makes it makes the game a little bit more tactical. Like, don't go through it, just try and avoid it. I think that'd be something that'd be great to add into Minecraft. Tall grass makes you a lot more scared like this. I believe it also affects mobs in the same way, and I think that's just, again, it's such an easy part of the game to add that it actually makes a lot of sense. So another thing that's along those same lines is when you're in a cold biome, or you're on ice in particular, what's going to happen is the exact same slowness effect will take a hold of you. So as you can see right here, while we're on the ice, we've got like a little bit of slowness, or we should have a little bit of slowness, and this is an effect of the mod that basically makes again, ice, because when you're on ice you get cold. When you're cold you can't do stuff so well, and that's a thing that this mod takes into effect by making it so ice makes you a little bit slower, except not in this case. Maybe I turned it off by accident. So another thing that's, while we're on the water anyway, is to do with these lily pads. You saw it accidentally earlier, because being able to stand on lily pads is a little bit unrealistic. This is one that I think is silly, like, to put in the game, but it's funny anyway if you like realistic Minecraft, because when you tread on lily pads, they'll just break, because you're not meant to be able to tread on lily pads. They're lily pads. They can't support a full, like cat's weight or whatever's going on here, so they break instead, and that's a thing that they do. So yeah, that is, as you can see, that is lily pads. A little bit silly, but also a good way to collect them if you want to do it that way, and it is more realistic, which is of course the theme of this little Minecraft mod thing. So then finally, after these ones, we have the last one here, which is to do with basically getting hurt by mobs, or just being hurt in general, because what will happen is when you're hurt, you'll get these blood effects. So I'll go in third person for this one so you can see it. I guess third person facing myself. So as you're going to see, if I place some lava on the ground just like that, and it hurts me, so I'm going to pick that up, and oh wait, there we go. So let's just walk into the lava, and ouch, I'm hurt, it hurts, it's really, really bad. As you're going to see, you're going to bleed a whole bunch when you get hurt in Minecraft, because that's probably how it should work, right? Like, yeah, the blood hurts, so you bleed a lot. The bleeding actually gets worse and worse as your health goes down, and also the bleeding will still take effect when your health is healing, because essentially they take the view that in this kind of thing, that while you're healing up, that's you like essentially regenerating your blood and your health, etc. And you're still going to be bleeding until you're at full health. So yeah, you bleed a lot, you have those particle effects, and the bleeding gets worse as your health goes down. So let me show you. Oh geez, see, that's the one downside of the tall grass right there. But yeah, let me show you what happens if we go all the way down to minimum basically. So let's try and get a little bit more hurt going. So the lower you get, the more effects will slowly... Okay, I just burned stuff right there. But you can see how you get the nausea effect. Or you're meant to be able to get the nausea effect. And that means that your screen gets shaky, you get really slow. Because when you're at half a heart, or you're at one full heart, you shouldn't be able to be in a normal bit of pain. So let me show you just right now. Let me do this properly at half a heart. So there we go. We're at 2. Just a little bit more. We have to be really careful on this one. Maybe just get like some fire on me. Okay, there we go. It's really hard to get yourself down to low hearts when you've got like good regeneration going. But as you can see, this is what it looks like when you're at like this amount of hearts. You're bleeding a whole bunch. The blood effects get a lot worse. And then finally, when you go to the very bottom of the barrel, just like this, you're going to see how nausea affects you, and everything gets a little bit shaky, because you know what? You're dying. You don't have time to focus on your senses. You just need to get out of there, and this will take effect until you get above 3 hearts, I believe it is. So yeah, you're bleeding, you're nauseous, everything hurts, and that's what makes Minecraft realistic. One of the cool bits of this one command mod. So yeah, mods that can be made in one command, pretty cool idea. This is one of the best ones because you can put it in a survival world just to make your survival world that little bit better. And obviously, as long as you can just hide this somewhere, because it's a little bit obnoxious. But the fact that you can do this and make the game feel more realistic is one of the great applications of command blocks, and it's one of the reasons they're one of the better features to add into the game. And again, the fact that it's so toggleable, the fact that it's so customizable in the game without any, you don't need to play around with your files, you don't need to do anything like that. You just hit activate or deactivate, and then it magically works. And yeah, that's a wonderful thing you can do with this one block command. I hope you did all enjoy today's video about realistic Minecraft. You can like the video if you did, because it helps out the channel, and let's say you do like this sort of video, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.